I'd like to say it's a GMA tradition. Sitting down with author Danielle Steel, chatting about her latest novel. She has sold 1 billion copies of her books and is the world's best-selling living author. Here's her new one. It's called A Mind of Her Own. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to GMA, Danielle Steel. Yes, and the crowd goes wild. Love you. Love everything about you.
The best part of writing a book is I get to visit you.
I feel the same way. Talk about this one, A Mind of Her Own, because you always learn a little something about yourself when you're writing.
I do. It's interesting. I solve problems in the books that I couldn't solve in my own life, but it always gives me some insight.
And what did give you insight in this one?
Well, it was an interesting time because it's turn of the century. It's sort of right after or during and after the First World War. A woman who wants to do things and accomplish something, and she has to fight history, fight the system, fight the Spanish flu, and she loses her parents during the war, comes to America, and she wants a career, and that's not the done thing in those days.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
And this all her love interest and all that, and but she did have a mind.
And she even managed to find a difficult man.
Yes, I know. I'm not to that point yet, but I also like that one of the characters in the book said about writing his own book, and he said this. He says, "I finally figured out the end, and I didn't want to stop. It was like an express train running through me. I couldn't stop." Is that how you feel when you are writing?
The momentum increases as I get closer to the end, and it does. It just races through me, and I can't stop. And then all of a sudden, I write a sentence, and that's it.
And it
it's
keeps
done.
going. And you say it's like landing a 747 on the coffee table a little bit at the end?
You have to bring everything in so tight at the end to get it to land that it is. I always have that feeling. It's really masterful at the end. And invariably, I get 3 calls from my house in California telling me that a washing machine is broken, and what do they do? And it's like, what do you do? I'm finishing a book.
Exactly, on your trusty typewriter, you're writing that book.
On my trusty typewriter.
We go back a long way, and I was emailing you last night and saying how I had gotten through the first 4 chapters of your new book, but I was saving the rest for an upcoming vacation. And you said, which one? Which book? She didn't even know which book it was. You didn't know if it was this one or the one coming out, because you said you had just finished one before you got on the flight here to New York.
I finished one about 2 hours before I left.
And you already have 2 out this year, Far From Home and Never Say Never.
It's true.
How do you just keep going like this?
I don't know. It just sort of lands on me. I was about to take some time off, and I had a free morning last week, and I thought, oh, I'll do a little doodling, and I've got the outline for a new book.
Just like that.
Well, I feel very blessed that that happens.
You are very blessed in that regard.
I hope it keeps happening.
I'm sure it will. And can I always say, your artwork for the book is always, the covers are always, but on the back of this one, talk about fashion, as we can talk about fashion right now. You have 3 daughters, of course, in fashion. Did they weigh in a lot?
Oh, a lot. I get permission, and I have to sort of cheat sometimes and talk them into something I want. They're very chic.
I know, because there was something that you were going to wear, and I really wanted to see it. It had buttons all over it. And
it's so fun.
Why didn't you post it?
Because my children, I'm sure, would kill me.
And you still listen to
I will post it, though.
Please do. Please do.
It's got antique buttons sewn all over.
I can't wait to see it.
With age, I think you get a sense of humor about fashion. And occasionally, I love to do something silly.
Well, nothing that's silly here. Outlander. I understand you like to binge watch Outlander.
I binge watch, and I even do something even more pathetic. Sometimes I just turn it on so I hear it if I'm alone in the house and I want to hear voices. But I love that show.
Would you ever write an episode for it?
I would love to.
Ooh.
I would love to. And I recently was very pleased to meet Sam Ewan, the star of the show, and I would love to do some work with that.
I would put that out there. Before we go, can I just show a picture of you at the age of 16? It was 3 years before you wrote the first of your 218 novels.
Wow.
What would you tell that young woman?
Well, somebody asked me that, I think, in the pre-interview, and I said I would say brace yourself, because there's a lot coming your way. But it was my coming out, and it was very formal, and I was very young. And I was already writing a little bit, but I wrote my first book after that. But life is so different than you expect it to be, and all the twists and turns in the road that make it worthwhile. And give me things to write about.
Well, we're so blessed that you do.
Oh, I'm so grateful to be here.
We should have a shoe cam, because you, I mean, as your fashion...
I know, you win the prize. No. Those are the hottest shoes I've ever seen. I want them.
Well, bless you. Danielle, I am so happy to see you, and thank you for bringing joy to me and to the lives of so many.
I'm so grateful to you and to the people who read my books.
A Mind of Her Own will be available. Got to wait until April 29th. She'll probably have 5 more books out before then. You'll see them wherever books are sold, and you're going to love each and every one of them.